There are three very important forms that all amount to federal and state funding for the district as a whole and for your individual schools. These three forms, when filled out and turned in, financially benefit your students and schools. We need school administration to return 100% of these completed forms and 100% participation from parents. While parents cannot be required to complete these forms, they can be encouraged to submit them. At the very least, completing the parent and student name sections without income information will count towards the 100% participation. Each school will receive one or the other of these forms, either the free and reduced price meal applications or LCFF income eligibility forms. All schools that are not Provision 2 or CEP schools will receive the free and reduced price meal applications. Having every family complete an application ensures that students in need have the opportunity to receive nutritious school meals. The applications also contribute to the district LCFF funding and Title I ranking, both of which contribute to your school's overall funding. Encourage the families at your school to fill out an application every year, either through a paper application or online at sandiegounified.org/food. Online applications are available in English, Spanish, Tagalog, and Vietnamese. If a family requires a paper application in one of these languages, contact Food and Nutrition Services. For funding purposes, these forms are expected to be completed, collected, and delivered to the Food and Nutrition Services Department, with the deadline for submitting these forms changing annually and due around the end of October. However, applications can be turned in throughout the school year for families that may be eligible for free or reduced price meals. Ensure all applications are complete. Refer to the quick reference guide sent with the school meal applications in mid-July. Provision 2 and CEP schools will receive the Local Control Funding Formula income eligibility forms. Students at these schools automatically receive free meals for both breakfast and lunch. Having families complete the LCFF funding surveys helps LCFF supplemental grant funding, as well as your school's Title I ranking. These forms should be distributed to students immediately. Pre-slugged forms are based on PowerSchool enrollment rosters and distributed as of mid-August. Blank forms are available in Spanish, Tagalog, Somali, and Arabic for students without pre-slugged forms. Directions on how to fill out the LCFF income eligibility forms are located on the back of the form. These forms are expected to be completed, collected, and delivered to the financial department room, with a deadline for submitting these forms changing annually and due around the end of October. Impact Aid is funding schools receive to offset lost property tax revenue for federally connected families employed by the federal government or living on federal property. The Federal Impact Aid survey cards are delivered to all schools in September. An administrative staff member at each school must be designated as an Impact Aid coordinator. The coordinator is responsible for distributing the survey cards to each classroom in early October, along with a class roster for teachers to track returns. The coordinator is also expected to track all uncollected cards. Every school is expected to strive for 100% return of the Federal Impact Aid survey cards, with the deadline for submitting these forms changing annually and due around the end of October. Once returned, the cards are processed and an application for funding is sent to the Federal Impact Aid office. Please refer to the circular and job aid that will arrive with the survey cards for questions. Federal and California state supplemental funding amounts to millions of dollars for our schools each year. It is important to understand the forms and the allocation of funds. It is equally important to understand the privacy concerns of families and to have the ability and knowledge to assure families the information will be kept confidential and used only for the purpose of school funding. Successful collection of these forms requires planning, organization, and cooperation of all staff members. Please take the time to read through the information provided.